A very good morning to all of you children. How are you doing? Now, I haven't really got the homework from many of you for the classes that I have taken before. Come on, roll up your sleeves. And this much, I'm just giving you very little homework. So I want you to finish it and then please send it to me. You have my number. Please send it to me. So today's lesson is for page number 165 in your course book. Please write today's date, 24/3/2020. Write classwork. And let's look what is there. It says timetables and calendars. You know the word timetable, jadwal, right? All the time after every class gets over, you keep watching at the timetable. Okay? So, and calendars. Every year you will have a calendar. Now the English calendar which is shown here in your book is written 2050. This is called the Gregorian calendar. Okay, the English calendar is called the Gregorian calendar. Like your Islamic calendar is called the Al-Hijri calendar. Okay. Now in the English calendar of 2050, I hope all of you have opened. Yes, pencils in your hand. Now, look at the calendar there. It is showing 12 months. The days starts from Sunday, ends on Saturday. And after the dates in each month, can you see the moon, some circles down? One is white. The other is half black, half white. The next is fully black. And the last one again is the reverse of the second circle. So this is when is the new moon and the full moon. New moon is when we cannot see the moon. Okay. And the full moon is when we see the moon up in the sky as a huge round silver ball. Okay. That is the full moon and the new moon. So, let's start off. The first question says, how old will you be in 2050? Now, all of you, I think, are about 9 years old. So, if you're 9 years old, 9 plus 2050. This is 2020, a really miserable year for all of us. But it'll be all fine and we'll go through it. This too shall pass. Okay? Keep everyone in your prayers. So, 2050 minus 2020 is how many years? 5 minus 2, 3. And all the other numbers are the same. So it's only 30 years. That's why I have added 30. So 9 plus 30 is 39 years. If you are 10 years, then 10 plus 30 is 40. Okay? Now, the second one, or B, is 2050 a leap year. Now, how do you know if a year is a leap year? February, that's the second month of the year, has 29 days. So, the answer is no, because here, look at the calendar, it has only 28 days. Question number C is what day is 26th March? Very simple. Just look into the March month of the calendar. 26 is a Saturday. Now after that, D, E, F. They are very simple. So you are going to do it on your own. And G now is what I am going to help you with. Now what they have asked you is, how many full moons are there in the year 2050? Full moons are the moons where you can see the complete white. That's below each month. You can see the circles. I told you that represents the moon. So count. Don't count the number there. 7 and 6. That is the date. So just see how many are there. So January has 1. Feb has 1. March has 1. April has 1. May, June, July, August also have 1 each. Come to September, there are 2 full moons. Can you see? One 1st September and the other on 30th September. Then we have one each in October, November and December. So 12 months, 12 plus 1, 13 full moons. Is that clear? Okay. Now follow me to the next slide. In page number 166, the question number 2 says, look at your school class timetable. How much time do you spend on each subject in a week? How many weeks are there in a term? Okay. How much time do you spend on each subject in a term? How much time do you spend on each subject in a year? Now, this is slightly difficult, but come on, I know all of you can do it. So let me do the 2 subjects. There's a whole page that you can take up. After I tell you with my subjects, then you can use the other subjects like English, Arabic, Islamic, your art, yes, PE, IT, all these subjects you can do it accordingly. So I've started with maths, the first subject. How many classes do we have in a week? We have 6 periods. Okay. So out of these 6 periods, each period is 40 minutes. So what will we do? 40 multiplied by 6. How much is it? 6 times 4 is 24. Add a 0. So it's 240 minutes. If I want to change it to hour, what will I do? 240 divide by 60, because 60 minutes make 1 hour. So 240 divided by 60 is just 4 hours. Now, the next column says time spent each term. Now, when I say each term, a term, we have 2 terms. Okay, the first semester and the second semester. So that is also called term. So each term generally has about 16 weeks. Sometimes it can be 15, but I've taken it as 16 because we have, suppose we come back from September, right? So September, October, November, December, 4 months we take at the rate of 4 weeks per month. So 16 weeks. Now 16 into 4 hours is how many hours? 16 times 4. Come on, use your paper, the notebook. It's 64 hours per term. Now the last column says time spent each year. How many semesters do we have? We have 2 semesters. So 64 hours if it is in 1 semester. How much will it be in 2 semesters? 64 multiplied by 2. 2 semesters is also 1 year. So it is 128 hours. Okay. Now coming to science. So we have 40 minutes. We know number of science lessons are lesser than math. We just have 1 period per week, per day. So 40 into 5, that is 200 minutes. Now this 200 minutes, if I continue with minutes, it will be a big number. So I change it to hours. How do I do it? I divide by 60. So I'm not getting a complete number. It is 3.3 hours. Now the same thing I follow time spent each term. How many weeks in each term? 16 weeks. So 16 into 3.3. That is 53.3 hours per term. Now if I have to read the result for 1 year, it is 53.3 hours into 2 or times 2. That is 106.6 hours, or you can round it off to 107 hours. Okay. Now, please, I want you to understand this. I've tried to explain it to you clearly, and then do it for your other subjects. So you start off with English, Arabic, Social Studies, Islamic, PE, ICT, Music, Art, okay, all the subjects that you have. Now, let's come to question number 3 on page 167. This is a kind of survey. You don't have any math here. It is you have to use some questions. Can you see? Do some children at your school travel by school bus? I think many of you also travel by school bus. Okay. Now, if it is yes, look at the timetables for the school bus. Since you do not have a school bus timetable with you, let's think about just simply asking some questions. What they are, you don't have to solve, you don't have to do any mathematics here. So what you have to do is just write 6 questions about the timetable. Now I've given you 3 samples here. So question number 1, it is, where does the bus of route number 5 go? Now you see there are, I think we have around 18 or 19 buses. Okay. So, let's say I have just taken at random. So the first question, you can use a different route number. You can write route number 12. You can write route number 1. Okay. So write the first question, where does the bus of route number 5 go? You don't have to write the answer, only the question. Second question what I have written is, how long does it take to reach Mabela? Can you see the speech bubbles that are given there? Okay. Those speech bubbles, you can take the help of these speech bubbles. And the third question that I have written is, what time does the bus reach school? Simple questions. You can use your own questions. Think about them. That's for question number 4, 5 and 6 will be homework. Thank you. That's for the day. Have a great time. Wash your hands.